Okay, right. I think you can hear me clearly. Right. Last week, actually, we finalized that our first lesson. First lesson means that beginning and expansion of the communication. That lesson we fully finalized lesson. And today, we have to start this second handout, second to second lesson, same foundation of communication. And that one also have this communication word, okay? Same to we can see the communication idea in here, but this communication idea have another part of idea here, foundation of the communication. So normally communication idea, you know, what is communication? If you are biased, exchanging feeling, thoughts and ideas to someone, that idea you know, okay? But foundation of the communication, what is that idea? Is that a new thing or is that a common thing or what the meaning? We have to think about that thing. Normally we know what is communication. Communication is exchanging feeling, thoughts and ideas to someone. Then what is actually foundation of the communication? What is the actual idea about that thing? Okay. And lastly, actually, we finalized the first lesson. So I'll send you some papers for the first lesson. And we have to do the first lesson. And then can the ideas that we have about the lesson, then we can find out that thing. And I always like, analyze the marks and I always focus about the marks. And you have to evaluate your marks unit by unit. And this first lesson unit test, we can do that this week. And next week, the class actually, I try to discuss that thing, that paper in this class. And yes, I, okay. Uh, if someone don't have this tute, please inform me because I already said that already post that thing because in sometimes some issues are there, sometimes post. But if someone have that problem, I can give that PDF for you and you can follow up that thing only for today, okay? If someone don't have that thing, please, if someone have that problem, what sometimes, right? I think next day actually, next tomorrow, sometimes you can get that idea. If someone don't have with you, but I already send it and I send the photos about that postal ID also. You can get that idea. Send it that in WhatsApp also. But don't worry about that thing. But someone don't have that tool this way, I can give that PDF for you. And just in 1 second, I send it to you. Just in 1 second. Okay. If someone have that type of uh, due issue or something, as in that interview, and sometimes it's delayed because it's postal sometimes the program are there. And, but don't worry about that. If someone have that problem, please before the class, please tell me. And I send you the PDF for that thing. Then after then you can get the tude. And okay, after get that tude, please inform me some about, and I can get a good idea about it. Now, if someone have that problem, please after this, okay, before the class, please tell me that I can send the PDF for that. Okay, right. Now, all people have this handout, I think. So, this lesson actually foundation of communication. That is the lesson. So, first lesson already finished. Then first lesson unit test. We have to do that in this week. Then next week we can discuss that paper. So, communication. Communication means exchanging feeling, thoughts, and ideas. But here, the foundation of communication, that ideas. Okay. Then foundation of communication. Foundation. This foundation of communication idea actually uh, mainly you can see five topics in here. In the first lesson, we can see three topics are there. Beginning of the communication, expansion of the communication, and importance of the communication. Three main topics are there. Beginning means that world's origin and human's origin idea. Expansion means prehistoric to new era idea. And importance, literacy, citizen developing, and education, motivation, entertaining ideas there. So that kind of things are the importance of the communication. Okay. And here, now you can see five main topics are here. Each topic actually have some several ideas. You have to note down that thing in here or your writing book or problem. And but mainly put the topic of your writing book, and then you can write that each one's ideas about under that topic. Okay. So main topics of this lesson, five topics are there. Firstly, you can see understanding of the communication, understanding of communication, understanding of communication. Understanding is what's idea. It's understanding, understanding, understanding. Normally, you know what is the idea about that idea. Understanding means we know communication is exchange what thing? Feeling, thoughts, and informations to someone. That is the normal understanding idea about the communication. So you have to note down that thing in here, in your writing book or in this handout also, no problem. Understanding of the communication means what thing? Put that note, correct idea. Exchanging feeling, thoughts, informations to selected one. That's the point. Right down there. Exchanging feeling, thoughts, information to selected someone. Exchanging feeling, thoughts, information to selected someone. That is the simple idea about the communication. So, if you want to understand communication, that's the simple system. Exchanging idea is the idea. Exchanging. After that exchanging idea, we can develop some connections, relationships, that type of things. Mostly, actually, society depend on that understanding. So that's why you want literacy and creation of that type of things. Then you can understand other people's ideologies, feelings, thoughts, that type of things. Right? Understanding is one thing, exchanging feeling, thoughts, and information to someone. That is the point about this understanding idea. Okay. Uh, Next one, second one, nature of communication. Nature of communication. Nature of communication. Nature of communication. Nature, nature. Nature have several, some similar names are there. In the exam, sometimes they ask about the similar names. Okay, they give the similar names, not the nature name. Okay, nature word. They sometimes they use to develop the question without using nature word. They use this type of words. Sometimes they use background, not background. Sometimes they use some surrounding ideas. Surrounding ideas. Surround. And sometimes they ask environment. Environment. Or sometimes they ask about context. So if they ask background, if they ask surrounding, if they ask environment, if they ask context, all are same idea of what thing? Nature. All the ideas connected to one thing? Nature. Nature means what are the things that you know in the background of the communication process? So many things are there. Okay? We can put some ideas in here, near to this topic. Second topic. In here you can put that thing. In the there's no much more space we will let us please use that writing book. You can note down that. Now, nature of communication. This type of things are there, right now. What are the ideas? Uh, Sometimes you can see that in communication have aims, right now. First nature idea. Communication have some aims. That's a nature background idea. Communication have some aims. Aims are there. Targets, objectives. Aims are there. Targets, objectives are there. Okay. Targets, objectives are there. Okay. Secondly, we can see communication have some symbolic ideas. Symbols or symbolic ideas. You see, we can see that color lines or something, your handwriting or something, your sign, okay, your body language, also some kind of a symbolic thing. So, symbols we can use in the communication as a nature. Symbolic communication. Symbolic communication. Symbolic is the point. Second nature. Okay, symbolic. Thirdly, we can write. There are seven natures, but we can write three, four things. Just for example. Next, context ideas, they are already, and you can write that also the nature idea. Communication has a process like this type of thing, sender, message, receive. Message, receive. Yes, we can see in here. Okay? That type of idea you can see the process. Communication has a process-based idea. So process also a nature. Process also a nature. Okay? And after that, thing. Additionally, we can write this type of things. Another four ideas are here, but we can write this type of things also. Uh, Techniques we can use. Okay? Techniques as a nature. Techniques as a nature. Language we can use as a nature. Language we can use as a nature. Because we have to know about the language, then you can use that language to communicate with someone. So language also a nature. So please put this type of ideas. There are seven natures. You can see that in the handout. If you turn the other page, you can see the nature, several types of ideas are there. We have to explain that thing in that time. But before that thing, please note down this time. Aims are there, symbolic ideas there, process ideas there, techniques are there, language type of things are there. Not only that, some things are there. But before that, just to get the idea, nature means that thing. Background of the communication. What is the surrounding? What is the environment of the communication process? That's the point. Okay, that is the idea. Think about that. Then next thing. Then next thing. The fundamentals of the communication. Fundamentals of the communication. Sometimes they give another name for this thing, not the fundamental. They give sometimes elements. Elements. Okay. Please near that fundamental word. Please write that word in this left hand side. Left hand side, not here. Left hand side. Fundamentals. They give some similar name like elements. Elements. Elements of the communication or fundamentals of the communication. Both are same ideas. Okay. Elements or fundamentals. Elements of the communication. Elements means that what are the main things that we want, main characters, main roles of the communication process. Elements. Recently, I draw a simple modeling here like this. Sender, okay, message, receive. Simple model. No? See, these main roles are the elements. So, see, sender is here. Okay, message is here. Message, receiver is here. So, sender, message, receiver are the main three roles of the communication. It means main three elements of the communication. Okay, but another element in here is hide inside. So think about sender develop a message and there's a receiver is there and this is the message that developed by sender. So between sender and receiver have a part. Part is there. It's sometimes audio, sometimes visual, sometimes written. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Okay. That part we call channel as channel. Channel means a bridge between sender and receiver. Okay. Without that bridge, without that channel, without that path, senders can't exchange some ideas to someone. Or receivers can develop a feedback back to the sender. So path is a very important fourth element of the communication. Okay. So in the exam, if they ask, write down the main four elements of the communication. First one, sender. Without sender, there's no anything there. Okay. Sender, message, receiver, and the path. Path means channel. So, what are the main four elements of the communication, or what are the main fundamentals of the communication? Is sender, message, receiver, and channel. Channel or medium, both are same ideas. Okay. Please write down that names in here or your writing book. Okay. Fundamentals or main elements of the communication are what thing? Sender, message, receiver, and channel. Main four elements. Okay. Main four elements. Sender, message, receiver, and channel or medium are the main four elements of the communication. Right? Processor. Then go to the next part. Actually, mainly according to the element thing, 12 elements in our lesson. Okay, for detailed studies. 12 elements are there. If you turn the page, other pages, you can see the elements are there. Main for send the message, receiver, and channel. No. Without that four, other eight elements can't actually do something. Okay, because other eight elements depend on what these four main elements. Okay, other eight elements depend on what these four main elements. Think about that, right? Other eight elements depend on these four elements. That is the point. You have to understand that. Then the fourth one in here. Definitions of the communication. Definitions of the communication. Definitions of the communication. Now tell me, okay, you already know about that. Okay. What is the simple definition about the communication? Today, when you start the class today, I firstly explain that simple definition for you. We already know what is communication, but a simple definition about the communication is exchanging feeling, thoughts, information to someone. That is the simple definition about the communication. Okay, but that's not enough. Okay, because we want to explain that thing critically. In the A levels, they want some kind of a critical, okay, advanced logical answer. In that time, you can't write the simple term about the communication. That's correct, that's not wrong, but you have to explain something more. And that time, you want another scholar's definition to explain this thing more academically. Okay, sorry. So, what are the events? What are the definitions that we have? Please note down that these definitions. There are five main definitions you have to learn in the lesson. You can see that definitions also in the next pages. And five main elements are there. Four of them actually scholars definition. Four of them actually scholars definition. Four scholars definitions are there. Four scholars definitions are there. And only one dictionary based, encyclopedia based definition is there. Four scholar definitions, only one dictionary based definition is there. Then please note down these five definitions. I think in this area is not enough space in there, so you can write that thing in your notebook. No problem. Definitions. This is the definition. Five definitions are there. That's fine. Now, write definitions are there. Then, first definition. Right. Harold Laswell definition. Harold Laswell definition is the first definition. Harold Laswell's definition. Harold Laswell definition is the first 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 definition. Okay. Harold Laswell definition was one. Okay. Second one. Next one. Second one. Second one. Wilbur Schwarm definition. Wilbur Schwarm's definition. Wilbur Schwarm's definition. You already know father of communication studies. We know that thing. Is the father of communication studies. So more important definition. Okay. Wilbur Schwarm's definition. More important definition. Wilbur Schwarm's definition. Third one. Laswell's definition first one. Second one. Wilbur Schwarm's definition. Then the third one, next one. This definition actually combined definition. Okay. Two scholars mentioned here is combined idea. Shannon Weaver definition. Shannon and Weaver. Shannon and Weaver. Claude Shannon is the full name. Claude Shannon and Warren Weaver. You know all these names. Actually, the first lesson we highlight these names. In that time, I told you. In the next lessons, also these scholars' names are really important. Second lesson, sometimes third lesson, sometimes fourth lesson, sometimes fifth lesson, sixth lesson, sometimes third is some lessons also. Very important these names, okay? So that's why I already told you highlight that thing. Now you can see. Now you can see. See, Canon Weaver, we already highlighted that name. Wilbersham, we already highlighted that name. Harlan Smith, we already highlighted that name. So very important names. Canon Weaver. And next person also very important person because in the first lesson we mainly firstly talk about this person. Who's that person? Charles Cooley definition. Charles Cooley definition. Charles Cooley definition. Charles Cooley definition. Charles Cooley. Charles Cooley definition. Charles Cooley definition. Charles Cooley definition. So those are the four main scholars definition. Erlaspel, Wilberforce, Shannon and Weaver, Charles Cooley. Four scholars' definitions are here. Four scholars' definitions. Four scholars' definitions are here. Four scholars' definitions. Four scholars' definitions. Four scholars' definitions. Right? Then the next thing. Next thing. I told you recently, only one encyclopedia based, dictionary based scholar definition, not a scholar, dictionary based encyclopedia type definition is here. Only one, only one. That definition is it was actually Oxford definition. Oxford definition. Oxford dictionary 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 definition. So uh, these four definitions are scholar-based definitions, and it's only one definition. Here, dictionary-based definition. Yeah. Simple, please note down that. Okay. Alan Laswell, Wilbur Frog, Shannon Weaver, Charles Cooley, and Oxford Dictionary. Okay. Four scholars definition, and only one, only one dictionary-based definition is. I have to understand it. Okay. That's the problem. Then last topic, main topic of this lesson, role and functions of the communication process. Role and functions of the communication process. Role and function. Note down this thing. Both are there, role and function. So that space not enough for that writing that idea. Please use your writing for that. Roles means this type of roles. Roles. Role means some kind of character based ideas. How you look according to the process, how we look actually the communication process. It's some kind of a character-based idea. See, so roles, according to the role, please write down the roles. Actually, three role types are there. Three types are there. Roles, three types of roles are there. Right? Note down the roles. Three types are there. Roles, three types are there. Okay. What are the three types? First one, teacher role. Teacher. Communication can show up. Teacher role. See, we also teach something to you. But media also can teach something to us. You can see television, radio, newspapers, nowadays social media. You use social media as a what type of idea to inspire something, to get know something, and develop your knowledge, develop your ideas, develop your creativity, update your things. So media also can teach something to citizens, peoples, okay, childrens, youngers, elders, whatever it is. Media can teach something, can express some knowledge about the other people's majority. Think about that. So we use media to get something new, get to know something new, sometimes news, reports, documentaries, that type of ideas are there. Think about that. Okay, then is the okay. What is that? First thing, teacher, and second one, guardian role. Guardian role. Right. Guardian role. Guardian role. Guardian role. Guardian role. Why the guardian role? And sometimes media channels, sometimes media authorities, sometimes social media also nowadays do that thing. They can lead, they can safeguard the people. They can safeguard the people. Okay? How? Think about suddenly the government change or president seat actually change or something happen. So media always try to develop some new opinion or new hope or something to the majority, and they always ask about other parties, and they develop some questions about that. What is what happened now? Okay, what's your plan? What's the next plan or something? In Sri Lanka, you can see that example, very good example for that thing. It's at around that 2020, no? Yeah. The Gotabaya Rajapaksa's government actually uh, so in that time, you see that Gotabaya home thing in the Goldface area, and they suddenly the president actually changed the decisions, and no presidency in Sri Lanka in that time. Two. Yeah. So in that time, there's an acting president in Sri Lanka, Ranil Wickremesinghe is there, and mainly media uh, enter into this thing, and always they go to the Goldface area and they asking other people's ideas, what's your opinion, who's the next president, what is the idea about that thing, and they every media conferences or something happens, so journalists always asking from them, what's your next decision, and who's the next president, when the next president election or something. See that media is born to safeguard the people. Media is born to lead the people. As an example, like Ditwa thing or something happened that Ditwa thing, think about that, and that type of disasters happen. Mostly media actually lead the people, citizens, because they always organize the peoples and develop support, voluntarily support sometimes, and media always organize the people together, and they make some kind of power, and they safeguard the people in that times also. Think about that. So sometimes some people they lost their hope, so they lost their opinion, so all the things. But that time, medias can develop a new hope for them. That's why some programs are there, some motivational documentaries are there. Most they promote some news. You can see that some inspiring characters are there, ideal characters are there. Okay, some kind of motivational characters, stories that they put in the news also, and sometimes they develop some documentaries for that type of persons also, characters also. Okay, inspiring something. They try to inspire the people. So safeguarding and lead to the idea, and they want to develop some kind of organizational idea, and they lead for that. You know, so many funds they have. Manus are there. little harsh, but there are mainly face for that thing. So Tata Vinyu Guru, okay, and Sirasa Shakti Yatra, Sahana Yatra, that type of things. Rupani Corporation also have that type of thing. IT also have that type of thing. So they always develop some kind of organizational data and they lead that. That is safeguarding. That is guardian. Okay, that's a point. Role of guardian. Next one, third one, guardian role of the thing. So third one is the role of what the forum of discussions. Forum of discussion. Forum of discussion. Right. Forum of discussion. Roles. Three roles are there. First one, teacher role. Medias can teach something to the people. Guardian. Media can safeguard the people. It means lead to the people's ideas. Next one, forum of discussions. It means what? Sometimes they develop some kind of live discussions or any kind of forums or something. And they, in the outside, they record some ideas from other people. What's your idea about the economy of Sri Lanka? What's your idea about the fuel price in Sri Lanka? What's your idea about the next president in Sri Lanka? What's your idea about the effects and ideas and activities of this government or something? What's your idea about the former governments or something? What's your idea about the lifestyle or something? They ask something from them. So they want to develop some kind of a discussion forum. That is the idea. They want to gather all the information and ideas to one place. That is the idea. Okay. Teacher role, guardian role, forum of discussion. So, yeah. Then, other thing is functions. No, already you know what are the functions of the communication. In the first lesson, we discussed what are the functions of the communication. What are the functions of the communication? Firstly, literacy and criticism is there. Literacy and criticism is there. Please note down that thing. You already know about that thing, but please line up that thing. You see. Now roles are okay. Now functions. What are the functions? Functions. First one, developing literacy. Developing literacy. Developing literacy. First function. Okay. Second one. Okay. Maintain criticism. Maintain criticism. First function, developing literacy. Second one, maintain criticism. Literacy you know and criticism you know, but I can explain that thing again. Literacy means ability to one thing, read, write, and understand. Read, write, and understand. Criticism means one thing. You already know, but I can explain that thing again. Criticism means deeply analyzing something, looking deeply, scientifically, logically, and explorative ideas are the thing we can develop. So criticism is some kind of deep idea, deeply analyzing. That's the point. Okay, now main two functions, huh? Main two functions. What about the other things? What about the other things? Please note down this. Okay, gathering, gathering, and sharing information. Gathering and share information. Gathering and share information. main point. Gathering and share information. Gathering and share information. Information. Next one. Education. Education functions are there. It's a purpose. Very good thing. Mainly we do that thing. Now also we do that thing here. Education. Fifth one. Fifth one. Fifth one. Motivation. Motivation is there. Motivation. Motivation is there. Motivation. 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 Motivation is some kind of idea what thing that encouraging, okay, evaluating, okay, make an effect. For some persons, actually mentally we can develop some effect for them. So that is the motivation idea. Motivation. Okay. Sixth one, entertaining. Entertaining. Entertaining also a function. Entertaining also a function. Entertaining also a function. So think about main two functions are literacy and criticism developing, and others but gathering and sharing information, education, motivation, entertaining. Okay? Main main two functions are here, and others are developed. Correct? So, main five topics actually you can see now the entire lesson in this mainly focus to these five topics. We can see the entire lesson. So, this entire lesson actually depend on these five topics. So, understanding it means exchanging thoughts, ideas. Nature means aims, process, symbolic idea, language, technical method. Fundamentals elements means sender, message, receiver, media also there. Then definitions, Lasker definition, Shanamiga definition, Wilberforce definition, Charles Curtis definition, Oxford definition. Role and functions. Role, teacher's role, guardian role, forum of discussion role. Functions, see, literacy and criticism which they are mainly, gathering and sharing information, motivation, education, and entertainment. Very simple, clear. No any doubts about that. If you have some doubts, please tell. Okay? I think it's okay, just clear. Now we have to explain that thing more and more in after that. So, next one. According to the lesson, next one, next one. Next one, you can see a big question is there. Big question is there. What is that big question? What is information? What is information? What is information? Okay. What is information? What is information? What is information? According to the what is information idea, firstly we have to know. If we explain the communication, firstly we use that information ideas there. Exchanging feeling, thoughts, and information to select someone. Informations are there. Informations are there. Information means what type of thing? Information is some kind of a collection of symbols, signs, ideas. What thing? Collection of okay symbols, signs, ideas. Collection of symbols, signs, ideas. In the ICT, ICT, information communication technology. Okay, information communication Okay, technology. Because what thing? Without information, no one can communicate and no one can use. Don't really. It's useless actually, everything. Because why we use technology? Why we use technology? To share something, to get something, to easy, developing some easy kind of idea for day-to-day life, but no information are there, no reliable things are there. Why we need the technology? Why we need the communication? So communication means it's dependent on the information. If someone think about I now I explain something to you about the communication, and I exchange my ideas to you. You are my receiver, I am the sender, and this verbal message is the message, and the part is two parts are there. First one, audio part, you can see something through this mic, okay, and you can see me in the camera. So visual part and audio part is here, and that's why if I have ideas, if, I have the ideas about the lesson or something. So without that ideas, without that information, what type of things actually I can explain to you? What type of things I can exchange with you? So without information, no anything to exchange. Without information, no anything to exchange. Think about color lines. Red color, orange, right, yellow color is there, and green color is there. These three things indicate three informations. People can think of three colors, no? No, three colors demonstrate three ideas. You have to understand that three colors demonstrate, show us three informations without any words. See that much important thing is important. See, red color demonstrates the stop. That idea we know. Oh, red color sometimes indicate the dangerous thing. Okay, and no, don't do this. That type of things we use some kind of attractive sharp color red. Then what is bad about the green? Green color shows us one thing. Go, ready. You can do this. Let's go. That type. Right? Yellow or orange color demonstrate what type of thing. Ready to go. Ready to go. Ready. Ready. Okay. Now ready. That's the point. So no any words there. International, yeah. These three colors are international standard. That type of things are very important things are information. Think about that. Information is not only a word. See, symbols, signs, colors, memory, history, words, so many things are there. Facts, figures, statics, so many things are there. Graphs, charts, so many things are there. So information is not only a one idea, it's a collection of symbols, signs, colors, charts, graphs, etc. So many things are there. So that's why I told you. It's a collection of symbols and signs ideas. You can write that thing in here, no problem. What is information? Just put a note. It's a collection of symbols, signs, ideas, etc. etc. Not only this thing, etc. Okay? Think about it. And the simple idea I gave you here. Firstly, we can say one thing. Information is the base of communication process. Information is the base of communication process. Base or foundation. Both have the same idea. Both have the same idea. Both words can demonstrate what the same idea. Okay. Base or foundation. So what is the communication foundation? What is the base idea about the communication? That is information. Information is the base of what? Communication. based on, okay, without that colors, okay, idea, statics, knowledge, memories, we can't communicate with someone. You have to understand that, okay? You have to understand that. Then next one. That's additional point you have to write in here. It's not in here, that's why I gave you up. Why we need this additional type of points? Because if you want to develop some kind of an answer critically, you want to develop that type of critical answer, advanced level type of answer, you have to use what type of things, this additional type of points, okay? So this point also as an additional point to you. So please note down that thing, write down this thing under that question. Firstly, you have to write the collection of ideas in the science, that is the information idea. And under that thing, you can write these 2 points also. First one, this one. First point is this thing, write down. Two types of the information. 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 In here, oh, you are writing, you can note down this thing. Additionally, two types of the information. 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 What are the two types? Two types of the information. What are two types? Two types. First one, factual information. Factual information. Just facts are there. Just facts are there. No more things. Just facts. Factual. It's some kind of surface idea, not a deep thing. Some kind of a surface idea. Factual information. Surface idea. Not a deep thing. Just surface idea. Okay. Right. Okay. Mainly factual information is actually some kind of a that we don't know the meaning of, about that sometimes. We don't know about the meaning. Just a surface idea, not a logical, deep idea. So as an example, that accident or something happened, disaster or something happened. Many think about accident or something. Sometimes they think about that the brain can have something happen. So after that thing, uh, another vehicle is actually faced with the accident. So most of the outsiders they say, brain can have that drive actually drank or something. But after the police reports came, we can see there's a brake failure is there. It's not that driver's issue. It's actually vehicle brake failure is there. But without that deep analyzing, most of the people says that driver actually drank. No, that type of information are factual information. Just facts are there, okay. Surface ideas are there. But we don't know the actual meaning. Don't know the actual meaning. So factual information are we don't know the meaning actually, but facts are there. That's the best example of that thing is accident or something. Okay, accident. Most of the accidents give us some ideas, but actually after the police reports and other reports come, then we can see what is actually happening there. So factual means just you know some facts, then you can develop an answer, but that's not the right answer, not the full meaning. Some kind of a meaning, but surface. Think about it. Yeah? Right. Actually. Next one. Next example is social information. Social information. Social information. Social information. Social information means you know every country every region, we can see some kind of rites and rituals ideas are there. Some characters are there. Devil characters, goat, and unhuman characters. Some kind of places are there. Traditionally, they develop some myths are there. Folk beliefs are there. Folk stories are there. Many rites and ritual ideas are there. So, social myths, that type of thing. It's a society-based ideas. Most of the things are society things. It's generation to generation. It's just expressed. But people know these side of things are not actually true. But we have to accept that thing as a myth. Okay. So next example is myth or traditional beliefs. Traditional beliefs or myths are there. Traditional beliefs or myths are there. Okay. These two things as example for the social information. Okay. Please memorize these examples. Huh? Factual information, examples that accurately. Just we know simple facts and we develop idea like that, but it's not the actual truth, but it's a factual truth. But social information is also same like that. So society-based things, rights and rituals are there, but it's not the truth. But we have to understand some kind of myth. That is social information. Okay, point. Get the now the first point. Okay, now the second point. Factual and social. Myths and traditional. So first point over. Now the second point. Second additional point for you. Please write down that thing also in near to this. What is information that topic? Not topics. Question. Second point. Second point is this thing. Four qualities of information. I can four qualities of information. Four qualities. Qualities. Four qualities of information. Four qualities of information. Four qualities of information. Four qualities. Somehow. Four qualities of information. You have to know what are the four qualities of information. You have to know what are the four qualities of information. Okay. If you can see so many information in day-to-day life, no? News you can see, reports you can see, gossips you can see, advertisements you can see, some endorsements you can see. Okay, rumors are there, fake ideas are there. Okay, songs, films, scripts, books, so many things are there. But you have to understand one thing. These all the information have to clear one thing. These four qualities. If that information have these four qualities means okay, you can take that thing, no problem, because that information are very quality based quality information. But four qualities four qualities are there. Four qualities are there. But if some information don't have that type of qualities, it become an informal effect. So if the four qualities are there means it can develop formal effect. But unfortunately some messages, some gossips, some news don't have this four qualities. So it but thing remains is informal information. So what are the four qualities of information? Write down this thing. Yeah. First one, accuracy. Accuracy means correct ideas. They are okay. Literally, if it's correct, that is good. Literally, if it's correct, that is good. Okay. Good. Accuracy, good. Okay. with correct ideas. Huh? Sometimes it's not 100%, but at least 80% is also it's correct. It means accurate. No problem. Okay. Accurate is no problem. Then second one, clarity. It means clearness. Some information is actually not clear. You can't get the idea clear because the information is also not clear. It means hard to understand. Some blind for something, I guess. We can't get the actual idea because the informations have some doubts about it. Doubts are there. So how we clearly get a point, how we clearly get a decision or something, because doubts are there. That is the point. Clarity, clarity ideas. Good. The next. Third one. Okay. Third one. Transparency. 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 Transparency means one thing. Now, in a connection, no, in relationship, that type of things actually. Mostly communication actually depend on that type. Transparency means some kind of what thing. We know clearly who's the receiver and what is the source or what's the beginning. Okay. If we clearly get the idea about the sender and the receiver, that means that communication have a transparency. But in this, you can get that point in that social media or something. Sometimes this we can see some shared posts in the social media, but that source actually some posts actually don't have a source, but they develop them. Yeah. Actually, we don't know who developed this. Actually, we don't know who shared this. Just we know post is there. So that's the problem. It means if you don't know the beginning point and the ending point, it's an informal communication. It's an informal message, informal information. So if you want to develop a quality message, quality facts based report or something, it must be transparency. How to maintain a transparency without that thing? No one can get idea clearly, but why? They don't know about who developed this thing. What's going on? Transparency is very important. Anything, nah? Anything you want transfer. Next the last one. Okay. Credibility, credibility, and sometimes reliability also we can use as the same name. Reliability or credibility. Reliability or credibility. Credible things, reliable things, if you can develop or if you can use your message must be a formal message. That's the point. Okay. In this, think about this syllabus or something. The education ministry or the syllabus department or something, they develop some syllabus and the modules and the mainly teachers guides or something genuinely professional, yeah. Because they have to use these credible ideas, accurate ideas in there. Because we use this syllabus, we use these teachers guide or modules to teach something for the next generation. Okay, if we teach something wrongly, that generation actually getting sometimes effect in the future. So for wrongly, actually we have to navigate the people's next generation for the correct path. So that's why we have to use credible sources for our syllabus or something. reliable facts, data for our syllabus society. Okay, we have transparency about the ministry, education ministry, or exam department, something because we know they develop that thing and we get that. Exam departments are there. We know they maintain this system and they maintain this exam thing, and we know it. So both ideas are there. Without that thing, you can't get anything. Think about that. So if you want to develop a formal, professional ideas, you have to use accuracy, clarity, transparency, and credibility ideas. Okay. Without that thing, you can't develop a formal type of information. That's what. That's the idea. Now clear, right? So second point also over. Four qualities of information: accuracy, clarity, transparency, credibility. That is the idea. And last point is one thing. The two main types of the information: factual and social information. That's what. Got the point, right? Now the next one. Now you can see some ideas here. In here you can see some what are the actually includes of the information. What are the includes of the information? And what are the things? Data is there. In the IT also we have to use the data. Data is some kind of packet of that ordering or packet of what that numbering things or symbols or mathematically we can arrange that data. Data means not only mathematical things but we have to collect that. We have to collect that thing and we can share that thing. Okay, in the IT things, we know data. Raw data is there. Analyzed data are good thing to develop some kind of information. But non-analyzed data means raw data. Actually, we can't use that type of raw data for what thing? Develop accurate information. Think about that. Data is the most important thing in the IT or actually in communication also. Because information and communication technology, communication studies, both actually really important. Correct data, good data, accurate data. You want that. What is data is there? Our intelligence, our knowledge, our brain, our capacities are their words. Words actually see this point. It's a very good. Think about the words. This that words actually are words. Without symbols, there are only words. Word. These, these words also a word. These words also a word. Okay. But think about W O R D S. Separately, there is no any idea. Separately, there is no any idea. Separately W, separately O, separately R, separately D, separately S. Separately, there is no any idea. But this all the things connected together, we can see a word. Now, the data are more things separately we can see, but data connected together we can develop correct information. That's the problem. Okay, data connected together and we can develop the information. That's the problem. That is the problem. Okay. Separately, these words also these letters also don't have a meaning, but it's connected together. We can develop a word with meaning. Okay, with meaning. That's the point. Intelligence. You want the knowledge about that. Language knowledge or literacy you want. Without that, you can't this type of things, combine this type of things. Okay, get the point. Then words are there. Okay, words means language also. Words means it's depend on the language, no? Belongs to a language. No? If you have the language knowledge, you can easily do this, no problem. Speaking, writing, understanding, no problem. But if you don't know the language, you can't understand something. You can't write something. You can't read something. But you have a literacy. Means you can do these three things. What thing? Reading, writing, understanding. Okay. Next one, details. Sometimes if you want to buy something, think about buying mobile phone or vehicle or anything that you want. Before that thing, you ask some details about that thing, tell me something about that thing. Think about interviews or something, job interviews or something, nobody also. They ask something from the people, they have the CV, okay, come next day for the job. They never do that. Chat time or something there, direct board or something, they never do that. They firstly invite for what thing? For an interview, physical interview. And they check what's your appearance, what's your ideas, what's your ideology, what's your person look, what's about your personality, what's about your reliability, credibility, honesty, okay, presenting ability, that type of things they check. Okay. In that time, they ask some details from you. Tell me something about your background. Tell me something about your education background. Tell me something about your hopes. Then they clear the ideas. Clear details. Then they can do the next idea. Then they go for a next plan or something. Okay. Think about details, really important. Now, I will also give this details. Now, these all are details, additional details for you. Why I actually give this all the details for you? Because you have to write the questions, you have to write the answers critically in the A levels. This is not the ordinary level or any other thing. Advanced level. More details we want. More data we want. But that data or details are more accurate, it's good. That's why always we talk about this. Okay. Then news is there. News means uh, it's a collection of some kind of incidents. Incidents are incidents based news. Actually, we have to know about the news. News sometimes. Foreign news are there, local news is there, provincial news is there, and weather forecast, that type of things, climate things also there. But that news must be a genuine professional thing, and that news must be accurate, transparent, reliable, and credible. How to understand that? Then facts are there. This was facts, some facts, additional facts, or facts. That facts really important one thing to develop something information is new. Same thing, you can see the figures also. Facts and figures. With facts and figures, you can prove something. Okay. Without facts and figures clearly, how do you prove something? There's two ideas are there, that deduction and induction. Two ideas are there. Deduction and induction. Deduction and induction. Okay. Deduction and induction. Deduction, induction. Induction, deduction. Induction is some kind of a guessing idea. But deduction is not a guess idea, it's actually analyzed idea. Induction, before the results, we can give some guessing type ideas in induction. Guessing. Before the rain, we can say, oh, this rain is at heavy or something. Guess idea. But deduction is not like that. Deduction actually not 100%. but at least 85 percentage also correct than the induction. Deduction is a some kind of a logical line. Logical line. So for the deduction, really important is facts and figures. If the clear facts and clear figures are there, it means you can develop some kind of a deduction type idea, deductive idea. Very important. Okay, think about it. Very important. Next one, materials. Materials. Now you also send some materials to you. Why we use these materials? Why we want these materials? Then without the thing, how you can plan your idea? How we can guide you? Okay, how to follow the materials? How to follow the papers? How to follow the things according to education? Nah? Others streams also same like that. We want some kind of idea, main ideas. But think about without materials, education materials, scientific materials, mathematical materials, economical materials, political based materials. Without that thing, how we explain that thing more about that field? Very important materials also. See, information have so many collections, so many actually big collections. So many facts are there, so many figures are there, so many news are there, so many words are there, so many intelligence are there, so many materials are there, so many things are there. And next one. Okay. Statics are there. Statics. Why the statics? Statics means some kind of a calculation. Day to day life. In your day to day life, also we need some kind of calculation. In your day to day life, also we need some kind of calculation. We need some kind of a calculation. In your day to day life, also we need some kind of a calculation. For what? For the earnings. Okay. For the earning. And you spend some money for something. This thing also we have to count. This thing also we have to count. And we have to count the balance, something. Daily, sometimes you can do that thing for traveling, for food. See, we have to count that thing. And we have to get the statics about that. Okay? How to count that? At least your salary, at least your traveling expenses or something. How to calculate that thing? Okay? People think, maths not needed. Maths not needed for the A levels. No. How they say that? In the paper, structure paper of the media, other subjects also of the same structure, but papers are there. 3 hour paper we have in structure. 3 hour paper. And additional 10 minutes you have to use. You can get to read, okay, read the paper. So 3 hour, 10 minute paper, structure paper. And 2 hours MCQ paper you have. Then you have 2 hours and you have 3 hours. If someone can calculate this thing, someone can count this thing, and if someone can manage this time, they can do the answers for the paper. Nobody doubts. But the calculation is there. In the structure paper, think about it. In the structure paper, each question have 4 parts. Each question have 4 parts. You have to know this. See, each question, you got number one question, 4 parts are there. 4 parts are there. And 4 parts actually depend on the what thing, the marks that they give. . Okay. And another thing is that, okay, how much space do you want in a page for each question? Page is here. Okay, think about in the okay ideas are here. So number one question is here. Roman number one. How much space do you want? How much space do you want? Okay. Think about this type of area we have used. So the first question is only 4 marks. 4 marks means not the half page. Okay. And second question means 8 marks means half page idea. Okay. This one's more half page idea. Okay. Then go to the third question. Okay. Third question is next page. Third question. One page answer you right. And last question, fourth common number. This page and last page half. 1.5 we have to write. You won't write. So let's place depend on the marks. 4 marks for the first question, 8 marks for the second question, 12 marks for the third question, 16 marks for the fourth question. Think now normal simple calculation if you don't have, how do you measure this thing? How do you manage this thing? Okay. So if someone told you maths not needed, you can do anything. Okay, but think some logical points we have. Simply think about this. Page structure also depends according to the calculations. Some statics are there about that. So very important. The information is very important. That's why this become one thing, foundation of the communication. Okay, foundation of the communication. Without this correct foundation, how we communicate with someone correctly? That's the point. How to understand it. You have to understand it. You have to understand it. Now, next point, next topic. How to identify communication. How to identify communication. How to identify communication. Okay. How to identify communication. 4 points are there. In the first lesson also you can remember. First lesson also I gave this type of 4 points. In here also have some 4 points. Okay. How to identify communication? In here, first point. It's exchange of information. Just highlight the exchange word. Just highlight the exchange word. Just highlight the exchange word. Exchange. Sharing something. Your things with someone and their things with you. Exchange. Sharing ideas. Exchanging or sharing. Second point. It's connected to the human behaviors. It's connected to the human behaviors. Behaviors. What kind of behaviors? Thinking, touching, smelling, smiling, seeing, speaking, reading, feeling, writing, and entertainment. So really important. Really highlight. Not all this, just highlight 1, 2, 3 behaviors, thinking, touching, smelling, smiling, seeing, speaking, feeling, anything you can have. No problem. Anything you can have. And third one, communication is the foundation for the relationship between the individual and individual led, and society. Individual and society. Individual and society. Highlight this individual, 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 individual. Okay, individual ideas. Individually, connection is this thing. Family, you can be family, friends, your cousins or something that you have, close friends. This type of people are individually connection that you have. Individual, individual sharing ideas. Individually, you share some ideas with them. That is the point. Okay. Other thing is one thing. Society ideas. Society ideas. What are these traditions? Tradition. Traditions. Traditions are there. And working place. Right. Working place. School. Okay. Sometime. Yeah. About that. Out culture. This type of things, this type of ideas based what for society based ideas. Think about this. Think about it. Okay. Think about that. So individually also we have some connections and society also has connections are there. This also depend on what thing exchanging feelings on side. And last one, creating an opportunity to make known what is known. It's a good point. Huh? Make known what is known. Nice idea. Highlight that. Make known what is known. Make known what is known. What's the nice idea? Make known what is known. Make known what is known. Make known what is known. If you know something, you can share that thing with someone. I know this thing. That's why I share this thing with you. If someone know something more, they have to share that thing with me. That thing academically or actually accurately will maintain the information that you have. You can share that thing with the society, no problem, because it's accurate, that's one logical, positive ideas, no problem. But rumor or fake news or gossip or something happen. Sometimes we can't share that thing safely like that recent time. Can't. Why? It's just gossip. It's just rumor. It's just a fake idea. That's not formal type. It's informal. How to know about that? So make known what is known means if you know something and gossip for something, please don't share that kind of thing because gossip means not reliable. It's a informal thing, not the formal thing. If you share some gossip means you also support for that informal point. It's not a good thing, it's actually good thing, not a good thing. Not a good thing. Because it's really badly negative. Negatively for society. So don't support to that type of things. No. Make known what is known means if you know something logical, if you know something exploratively, if you know something correctly, accurately, then you can share something with other people. No, no problem for that. Okay, right. Turn the next. Uh, Now another topic we can see. Another topic. New topic. Origin of the communication verb. Origin of the communication verb. Okay. Origin of the communication verb. Now you know simple meaning about the communication. What is the exchanging feeling, thoughts, and information to someone? That is the simple meaning about the communication that you know. No problem. Origin of the communication. Origin of the communication verb. When it actually developed, or how it actually developed. See, the first time there are three types of ideas about this, about listening Mishwati, about the origin ideas about the communication, originate ideas about the communication. See, three terms are here. Three terms are, three terms are, three terms are, three terms are. First thing, first term, Latin plus English words, English language. Second one, second one, singular verb or singular meaning. Last, family meaning. Okay, Latin, English, singular, family. Each one have some different names about the communication. Okay, this Latin idea comes communist idea. This one actually normally uh, the combine and study some ideas are there. Can meaning actually develop some relationship or something and the group activity that we also there. But we have to understand that we have explained that thing step by step, no clearly. Then you can use these terms are here. So the Latin and English term, the first idea, Latin and English term. This one. Latin and English term. That's Latin verb and English verb. Latin verb. Latin verb is party. Latin verb. Munis. Munis is the word. You have to highlight that name. Munis is the word you have to highlight that. Munis. Munis means party. Munis means the communicator's process. No problem. Simple thing. Munis means bhakti. Doer of something. Of something. Doer of something means sender. Sender. Next one. English term. English term. Normal word. Common. Common. Common means what? Some kind of general idea. General, base idea. Not a problem. Okay. So these two words connected together, combined, then we can develop this type of word. Communities. Communities. You can see that community like this child, mother, parent. Some countries use this communist concept also. Communist concept also. What is this communist idea? Communist means what? Communist actually meaning about that idea? connected to other ideas. So communist means some kind of connected idea. But communists also have that idea, what that idea? Uh, one who make something public. One who make something public. One who make something public is communist. Communist. Communication also, one who make something public idea. That's the simple idea about nowadays. Communist means one who makes something public, news, advertisements, reports, news, advertisements, reports, demonstrate one thing. This is one thing. This one who makes something public process. You have to highlight one thing. News word you have to highlight, common word you have to highlight, communist word you have to highlight. And take a red pen, underline the means. News means one thing. Doer of something, underline that thing is red pen. And second bar, common, common, meaning you have to underline general things. This means the best ideas, normally we know, day-to-day life. And the next one, communist side, the communist word is there. So communist, one who makes something public, publish something, news, advertisements, reports, films, teledramas. If you correctly develop that type of things, you can share that thing with someone. No problem. Now the communication meaning also that but one who makes something public, but if you want to explain that thing more deeply, and now the communication means something, the imparting of exchanging of information by speaking, writing, or using another medium, either the speaking, writing, and another medium. But idea is exchange. Nobody doubts about that thing. Exchange is the word. Exchange is the idea. And this is the Latin English term. Right? Now we go to single medium. Single medium. Yeah. Single medium. After discuss this language base, we can end this class for today. For today. And next day we can discuss about that language things and other things also. And before that thing, we have to finalize these terms and you can see another whole homework in here that today I give another homework also. But you have to write down this thing in the tip, not in the writing book or something. In the tube, you have to fulfill this answer. Is a some kind of a 4 marks answer, but please write down. So sometimes you have to explain what's communication idea with the other points also. If they ask like that question, this type of space enough, and this type of space you can use to second question, and this type of space enough for this type of question. Please, if the question is very simple, what is communication? Now you know so many things about the what is communication. In the first lesson and second lesson also you know what that it is. Write this thing in your tube, this one, and please send me after the class. And another homework you have after finish these two terms, I can give that homework to you. Okay, no problem. Right. Next one. Next slide. Single term. Single term. Communication. Idea is there. Communication. How to understand that thing. Communication in singular. The word you hold it home. Some, ni, vedane. Sangu. Singular. In singular, sangu. And we have divided that thing in 4 parts. Some, ni, vid, ved. Sun, ni, vid, ved. In singular, some means manav, ni means ekabandha, with dani hanging. Vedana means bacterial being. And now we can convert that into English. How? Manav converting sun means finally, 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 finally. Okay. Ekabandha means combine, combine, combine feelings. Sometimes we can use emotions. Both are we can use emotions. And category means predict. Combine the feelings and emotions and spread that. That is communication. So what is communication in singular way? Finally combine the feelings and spread it. That is communication. Finally combine the feelings and spread it. Finally combine the feelings, emotions and spread that. That is communication. But this single term is a good thing because why? Before that, in that term, Latin and English term don't have one thing. What type of things we can exchange with someone? What type of things we can exchange with someone? There's no any idea about that. But here, feelings and emotions, we can share something with other people. So that is the idea. So Sannivedana in single way. Finally combine the feelings and spreading. Manava ekapata dani and you can combine all the things together and we can share our feelings to someone. That is the point. Okay, that's why in the simple idea also we can use it. Exchanging feeling, thoughts, and information to someone. That's why feeling is there. That's why this term is a very good point. Okay. Then the last one. Then we can finish the task for today. And I'll give the homework to you. It belongs to this today session. Okay. Last one, Tamil. Tamil is total pardon, like yes, yeah, total pardon. Total pardon. So, total pardon is some kind of a sorry, uh, organize the people, type idea. Organize the people and develop the relationship that idea. Group activities, grouping, developing organizational ideas. So that type of things we can see in the meaning according to the total model. The total model meaning one thing, organize the people or develop the relationship means group activities and group activities. We can do that. That's the word, right? So uh, we have highlighted the thing here. Process of maintaining relationships and please note down this thing also organize people and develop the relationships. That is the organize the people and develop the relationships. It means grouping the people, group of ideas, grouping ideas, group of ideas. That is the ending point for today. And this language hierarchy and other nature part we can start next week, okay? And please write down this, please finalize this answer, short answer, in the book, in the handout, okay? And other homework, only one homework is there. Please write down now the homework, today homework, right? Today, put today date and the new lesson name, please put in there. Foundation of the communication. Okay, and just do that, finalize that paper, unit test, first paper, and next day we discuss that thing in the class. Okay. First half we used to discuss that paper, and second half we can use to discuss this second lesson. Like after second lesson also you can get a second unit test with a level exams. Okay. This is a question, right? According to the, according to the, according to the, according to the communication studies, 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 according to the communication studies. Okay. How we explain the foundation of communication and how we explain the foundation of the communication and how we explain the foundation of the communication and how we explain the foundation of the communication and how we explain the foundation of the communication and foundation of the communication and, and, and the meanings of the communication word, meanings of the communication words, meanings of the communication word, meanings of the communication word in practical way, in practical way, in practical way. This one, 12 mark question, okay? 12 mark question means one page answer. First passages you have to use for working, foundation idea, and second passages you have to use for working, the meanings. So, first passage I give 6 marks, marks. For second passage I give 6 marks. Totally 12 marks. One page answer. One page. Then do the newspaper guide send you and write the short answer in this tube and please write this answer also and send me. I have checked that answer and have given the marks to you. Okay? The same thing and for today and next day we can discuss about the other notes, other ideas and finance papers, things. Okay. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for joining us with us and talk to you guys next day. And, be safe and good night. Thank you. Enjoy.